everybody. Thank you for returning to Apollo HOU for Between the Posts. We are your hosts. I'm Eric. This is Enrique. We're here to talk about football, everything going on with Club World Cup and Gold Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again.
Yeah, man, let's get started. I'm very excited for these matches that were just played already. We did have one that, because we were filming on Tuesday, so one just concluded, which was Madrid and Al Hilal.
Yeah, we had some big results there. We
Yes.
also have all the Gold Cup matches from the weekend. We have a semifinal set. We had some quarterfinal matches between the nations in the Gold Cup. And then we had knockout round matches setting up quarterfinals for the Club World Cup.
Yep.
So we have a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. So let's get into right away. Let's talk about the Gold Cup.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, so for the Gold Cup, big result here from Mexico against Saudi Arabia. Mexico winning 2-0. Canada loses in a penalty shootout. You're going to see a theme here. United States wins against Costa Rica in a penalty shootout, and Panama lose to Honduras in a penalty shootout. What do we think? 3 penalty shootouts in this quarterfinal.
Yeah, I think that they should really bring back the extra time rule. That's just my take on that.
Okay.
But overall, because of that, the subtraction of the extra time being played, you see a lot of energy that's being put on to the penalty shootouts.
Yeah.
And I think this is where you get some of your upsets here. Like we mentioned, Canada's being upset by Guatemala.
Yeah, and Canada led most of that match as well. Guatemala gets a dramatic equalizer. And because of that, what you're talking about, no extra time, Guatemala goes straight into penalties. And I think you're right. We probably don't see an upset for Guatemala here, winning in penalties. If there's extra time, maybe Canada or manage to scrape across a goal or two in extra time, and Guatemala run out of energy. They get tired legs. But ultimately, that's not what happened. Guatemala go through.
Yeah, they pull off the major upset. They broke their curse before Mexico does. It has been, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, 19 years since they made it to the semifinals of a Gold Cup tournament. So big congratulations to Guatemala and making it that far. They put a lot of pride, a lot of effort whenever it came to that match against Canada, and it's really showing that they're ready to go all the way in.
Yeah, another one of these teams that kind of just scraped through, Team USA.
Oh yeah, major scrape through.
Oh man,
very unsuccessful hate watch on my part. USA did not deserve to go through, but hey, kudos to them for making it far. Horrible penalty shootout, and if you think otherwise, you're on something, because there's no way you think that's a great penalty shootout.
Man, so I was working during this match, and I'm trying to watch as best I can, and I see John Tolkien step up, our backup left back. I watch him step up to take that penalty. He's not even our backup left back. He's like our backup to our backup to our backup left back. And I watched him go up to take that penalty, and I have a bunch of friends with me, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna win right here. This is it." And in my head, and I think I said this out loud, I said, "He's going to miss."
I think you mentioned in the group chat that we have.
Oh my gosh!
It was like that you fell to your knees.
I fell to my knees whenever I saw him step up, because in my heart of hearts, I didn't believe in him, and for that I was correct. He did get stopped. Damian Downs puts it down into the net on the left side. The U.S. advance. I mean, what else can we say besides you win some and you lose some? But like, Costa Rica had some really good opportunities really late in the game. I think they, in like the 87th minute, they had a shot go off the post that I thought was destined for goal.
Oh yeah.
Early on in the match, Malik Tillman.
A lot of like missed opportunities for Costa Rica, because honestly,
and it's really on both sides.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, early on in the match, Malik Tillman had a penalty, probably in like the 38th minute, something like that, and he sends it off the post. It's just one of those things. It could have gone both ways. I was utterly shocked at the result. I can't act like the U.S. deserved to go through. It was a tough match. Costa Rica played hard, and they weren't on the winning side. So we have an interesting group of semifinals here. Do you want to go through them?
Yeah, let's go for it. both games are being played July 2nd, which
That'll be
by
tomorrow.
the time this goes up will be tomorrow, which is
Wednesday.
like so Wednesday. So we'll be watching it today. Technically, if you're watching it, it's gonna be USA versus Guatemala is gonna be playing first, and on the other side of the bracket at Levi Stadium, you got Mexico versus Honduras, which is gonna be a interesting matchup right there. I feel like Honduras has played a big like dark horse role, but not as big as Guatemala's factor into
Kind of like
everything.
Cinderella run here through the tournament.
This is the Sweet 16 of March Madness right here, where you want your underdog team to go through, and I think everyone for the love of football, they want Guatemala to beat USA. And I really want that to happen, not for a hate watch perspective, but I want to see if Guatemala can really do the unthinkable and go to the final.
Yeah, I think other than the U.S. just putting on a really abysmal performance, if Guatemala can match the United States in quality, that's really good for the nation itself, for the tournament, for CONCACAF as a whole. We want to see these other teams that maybe weren't so strong in the past. They find their form. They become powerhouses. They become teams that, hey, look out for Guatemala in this tournament. I'm glad to see it. I just know that the United States, their roster, in my opinion, the quality isn't there. So, we could be very well shocked at the result against Guatemala. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and on the other side, going to Levi Stadium, we got Mexico and Honduras. Mexico needs to. Do
you need a result here? You think they need a result?
I think they need to play exactly how they played against Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. Against Saudi Arabia, they played phenomenal. I mean, I had no notes, maybe like some minor details here and there, but if they play the same way as they play Honduras, maybe just up the pressure a little bit more, because Honduras is a feisty team, man. I mean, just don't go to penalties, because I feel like our penalty taking skills isn't up to par as it used to be in the past. And Malagon, if Malagon's still a keeper, I don't think he's gonna be as up to par as
you don't think he's
other
gonna
times.
be sharp?
Yeah, and I just hope that we don't go to extra times or the penalties. Just win the game in the regular time.
Win the game in regulation. You heard it here first. That's the name of the game.
Yeah. And
all
then,
right, so that's going to be our Gold Cup coverage for.
Yeah, because and then hopefully we're trying to see whatever we can do.
We're doing whatever we can to get to that final on July 6th in
July
Houston.
6th at NRG Stadium.
It's going to be big, especially not wanting to look ahead too hard, but a potential U.S. versus Mexico matchup is very exciting for a lot of fans.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens in these semifinals. But we've also got Club World Cup to discuss.
Oh, yes.
And we have so many matches.
Mm-hmm.
So many matches to talk about. A couple of the knockout round matches that were really impactful for me. We can talk about Benfica and Chelsea in extra time.
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea scoring 3 goals in stoppage time, or extra time, rather. That's where we kind of get into the debate of penalties versus extra time, going straight into the penalties. In a tournament like Club World Cup, you support going into extra time?
I strongly support, and I'll die on the hill that we need to go to extra times, because like I said, if Guatemala and Canada went to extra times, I don't think Guatemala would have went through, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they put one and then they don't even go to penalties. I feel like that should be the standard for every single tournament that's being played, unless it's a preseason tournament.
Okay.
Because preseason tournaments,
penalties.
I mean, there's no.
If you have to pick a winner.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, you're already playing with your C team, D team, and your preseason, and some of your like academy players there. I'm like, you don't need to go all the way. If you're trying to put a show, okay, and then go to penalties. But I mean, like preseason, I mean, you don't got to do extra times. But that's my opinion. Let us know in the comments what your opinion is. Should the extra time rule be enforced for every single tournament?
Yeah, let us know. We definitely have our opinions about the extra time rules, penalties, going straight into penalties. Let us know what you think. Did your team lose in penalties? Would you have preferred extra time to try to get a result? Let us know. And then going Going off of that, so we were just discussing a little bit Benfica versus Chelsea, hard fought match. Di Maria puts a penalty into the net late to level the game. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the legs, didn't have the focus for that extra 30 minutes. They lose 4-1, but at least they didn't go up 4-0 at half.
Oh my goodness.
PSG put on a clinic against Miami in the first half, and I don't even think they checked in the second half.
Yeah, no more Messi magic was found. And I'm a Messi fan over Ronaldo, but whenever I saw that draw being made, I knew PSG
tough.
was going to go through. The type of form that PSG's in, like not Messi. Miami couldn't even put a dent in that. They could not. So I just knew it was over for them. That ruins the whole MLS side going through with only one win out of the 3 MLS teams. One win to go through. No, was it 2?
LAFC beat Botafogo on the last day.
Excuse
2-1.
me. So it's two wins,
so 2 wins
out of all of them. But hey, that's still to me that's a bit disappointing for all the talent that every team has for the MLS. But hey, like Miami could not do anything when it comes to this PSG team.
And I think that makes what Botafogo ended up doing against PSG that much more impressive.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Botafogo, we are just gonna have to rest our laurels on that performance against PSG as they are out against Palmeiras. A 1-0 victory for Palmeiras. That was a slugfest of a game. Really, really chippy. I mean, what else did you expect? I mean, I kind of expected there to be like a really like grime match between the two teams, and that's what we got. We only have the 1 goal. It wasn't pretty. It was just a tough match. Tough to watch.
These
probably tough to play.
These Brazilians, bro.
Hey, we have
so much passion.
We have 2 Brazilian teams in this top 8. So Palmeiras advanced as well. Fluminense got the victory against Inter 2-0. A really, really disappointing season from Inter overall. You want to talk about it?
I mean, what is there to talk about? Like you really put the emphasis on disappointed. Like you lose to a Brazil team. Don't get me wrong. Like
these Brazil teams have been strong,
but you can't go with like judging a book by its cover. Like
that's the Champions League runner-up.
Yeah, it's like Fluminense, like they ain't that good, this and that. But bro, look at this. Like you lost 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should really there should be some changes that enter heads up teams, like the Inter upper heads like need to be making now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's no changes made, then file for bankruptcy or something. I don't know, like because that was horrible.
I think file for bankruptcy.
Do something, bro.
Pull a Lyon.
But PSG came in to help them out. So kudos to PSG.
Kudos PSG. But yeah, Inter falling again in a major tournament. They had some second place finishes, very close for a trophy, pretty far from a trophy here. I think you're right. They do need to make some changes if they want to be continuing this, at least trying to win trophies. Winning Italian League, winning Champions League is a tall task, but you were right there. You were so close. I mean, you were 5 goals away, but you were so close.
5 goals away.
moving on. So we got a result today between Madrid and Juventus, 1-0 in favor of Madrid. Possession heavy, score the goal, keep control. I mean, that's what we saw from Madrid today. If we see that level of Madrid, going forward against some of these other teams, maybe we're looking at a Madrid final between Madrid and maybe like a PSG, which would be exciting.
God, I hope not. I hope that does not happen.
We're at least going to see Madrid and PSG on the same side of the bracket. So it could happen that we see a semifinal between Madrid and PSG.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But PSG would have to beat my Bayern team first. And then we're looking at a result between Dortmund and Monterrey to figure out who Real Madrid is going to face.
Which I have my opinion on that game.
Or Monday, rather.
That Monterrey... Watch out for Monterrey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for an upset here. I don't think Dortmund has been up to par or up to form on this. As well, I know he's shaking his head because he's a Bayern guy.
Hey,
But
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they got
Yeah,
here.
there's
They're
just-
they're through. We
Yeah.
figured they'd make it through groups, but
I just haven't heard a lot from Dortmund like
Mm-hmm.
in a while. Like they've just been like.
I
you
just want to see
like,
if Gio Reyna plays or
Yeah,
if some of these other
yeah.
guys that are on their roster play.
I think
they have a 16-year-old American on their roster.
I think
I want to
in
see
the,
him play.
in the U.S. I think they kind of have to play him.
Yeah.
Like it's there.
Well, you say
go
that,
take
but
it.
I've yet to see him so far. So
I think we're just gonna have to wait and see if that
I
game is up because there's a lot of talk for this game already.
yeah.
Like out of all the games that have been played, this is the one that has been a lot of like critics talking about it. Like
Yeah,
this is
and
gonna
I
be
figure-
a eyes on game.
I figure it's because it's pretty much a toss-up. I figure it's because nobody really knows between the two teams who's more capable.
Yeah.
It also helps that it's the last match of the tournament,
Yeah,
and we
sure.
can all direct our attention to, or I say last match of the tournament, last match of the round between in the knockouts. So a little more attention being paid there. And I think the last match we really got to talk about is Flamengo versus Bayern. Some absolutely great goals, I have to say, being scored in this match. Flamengo really, really applied pressure. I think they made it at least 3-2, and they were right in it. And, you know, a final goal there from Harry Kane at the end puts it away. Bayern looks strong. I mean, they
Yeah.
look strong. And I'm not saying that because that's my team. I mean, Harry Kane in at the 9 spot, he's still so good. I mean, Harry Kane is so good. I mean, Premier League fans, I get it. He's at Tottenham. Tottenham is just a place that we just make fun of everybody who lives and breathes Tottenham.
I was about to do the chant, but nah, I won't. Not
Everyone
yet,
who
not
lives
yet.
and breathes Tottenham is a butt of some sort of joke, and I get it. But at the same time, Harry Kane is an elite striker,
Yeah.
and he showed his class in this matchup. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's able to do against the run of form that PSG have been in, allowing no goals in a lot of their matches, scoring in bunches, four goals here, 3 goals here, 5 goals if you're Inter. Just handing them out to Inter. Inter, please.
I think there's one match that we haven't talked about yet,
And that's-
and
which
it
one is
was the Man City versus Al Hilal.
Oh, you know what? We didn't get into. I think we discussed it briefly, but yes. So
that game
what a
was
treat.
Oh my goodness, phenomenal!
if you didn't
performance.
see Man City, European giants, winners of the last couple of Premier League seasons and Champions Leagues, I think this was a great litmus test for everyone at home to figure out whether or not these European teams cared about winning this competition.
Yeah,
Man City, I think it was very evident from their supporter reactions, from Pep's reactions, from the players' reactions. They wanted to win this match.
oh for sure.
And for them to not get the result here, I mean, it's devastating for Man City,
Yeah,
I think.
this is the first time in a while that Pep Guardiola goes a full season without getting any silverware. And that says a lot. Like that's one of the goats of managing, and he goes a full season without,
Especially recently.
yes, without any silverware.
So
and
this was their
that's
last
wild.
opportunity for, like you said, this is their last opportunity to grab a trophy.
Yeah,
And truthfully, at the start, I think we said which Man City is going to turn up. We saw a good brand of Man City.
yeah.
We
and-
saw
yeah.
Man City play good football.
But Al Hilal just showed a different type of ball knowledge, ball performance that Man City were not even expecting. I'm like, that final goal, like the Man City defenders just stood there, and Al Hilal just went on and like they scored it in. And the celebration that was after,
Oh my-
was phenomenal.
One of the most iconic celebrations going.
Takes off the jersey, puts it on the flag, and raises it up.
That was awesome.
Oh my goodness!
And you know what?
Have that framed.
So
do everything. Oh, my goodness.
what is his? I don't want to butcher his name, Leonardo or Leandro. Oh gosh, I think it's Leonardo. But like you say, he lifts the shirt, puts it on the touchline stick for the corner, lifts it up, and then right afterwards, can we just talk about it? We got to talk about it right afterwards. Buddy hits him with the.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
you're gonna see that forever.
Yeah, that meme's gonna be everywhere now.
Anytime City loses, you're gonna see that. Anytime somebody chokes away a big lead, you're gonna see that.
And I think that's gonna be a universal meme, regardless.
Oh, for sure.
It's not just
anytime
just
anybody
football.
chokes a lead.
Everywhere, anywhere, anytime, anywhere. It doesn't even have to be sports related now.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
that
everywhere.
reaction will be in the annals of history forever. You'll see it. You'll see it going forward.
Go ahead and copyright that, man. Get some money there. Get some money there.
Man, that's gonna do it for the knockout round. So we have some really great quarterfinals. We'll get to the quarterfinals. Let's just pull them up here. So yeah, Al Hilal is gonna play Fluminense. It's gonna be Saudi League versus Brazilian League. We're gonna have the Brazilian League versus the Premier League when we have Palmeiras versus Chelsea. What about this other side of the bracket here? We talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, we have a European clash of the giants right here between PSG and Bayern Munich, which is going to be played on the 5th. This is going to be a match where it's going to be very technical. In my opinion, very low scoring. Maybe potentially a 1-0 victory for either side.
Okay.
If it goes higher than that, I'm very shocked, and I'm gonna be seated.
If it's gonna be a bunch of goals, it's got to be a shootout. I don't think it's gonna be 4-0 one way or 4-1.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like an Al Hilal City where it's 4-3.
It has to be 4-3,
5-3,
2-3,
something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be.
Lines.
If it's gonna be prolific, it's gonna be prolific for both teams.
I'm gonna be very shocked, but not surprised that this goes to penalties though. I'm gonna be very shocked because the way how these teams have been playing
between these goalkeepers, that would be so good.
You got Donnarumma for PSG, you got
Manuel Neuer for Bayern Munich.
Like, oh my goodness! Oof. And if they like bring their A game for both, like for the game, oh my goodness!
I'm just imagining like Kimmich and Vitinha and okay. Give me penalties for this game.
And then on the bottom side of the bracket for the right side, where PSG and Bayern are playing with, Real Madrid has already qualified for the quarterfinal after a 1-0 victory against Juventus, which leaves Dortmund and Monterrey to be played later on.
Which is pretty much a toss-up, like we say.
Yes, and I have Monterrey going through because I really want to see a Liga MX team go through, even though that's not my team, as you can see by the shirt that I'm wearing right here.
Don't get confused, folks.
It's not my team. Don't get it twisted. But I really want to see them go through. And it'll potentially be a Real Madrid versus Monterrey matchup, which that ends that reign if it goes through. But hey, if Dortmund goes through, you may have a Real Madrid and Dortmund one. Another potential clash of the giants right there, which looks pretty one-sided. But hey, you can't judge this tournament, man. We've been seeing it like for the whole what 50-some games already that's been played.
Dude,
you can't.
They've played 50
expect the
unexpected
matches. That's the thing. Expect the unexpected.
So many games. Wow.
Way too many games, but hey, this is a glimpse.
What we asked for as fans.
This is a glimpse of what we're gonna see for next year's World Cup, which is very exciting.
It's true. There's a lot of teams coming for next year's World Cup, and that's what it's all about. That's what we're doing here at Between the Posts. We want to get people involved in football and soccer in America, especially Houston. We're going to be hosting a lot of those matches. We want to make sure that people come out, show out, they're interested. Plus, if you're not into it by now, it's going to sweep you off your feet next year.
Oh, yes.
Like, it's coming.
You're going to see it
and
everywhere.
It doesn't care about your feelings. You're going to be, man, why is everybody talking about soccer? Why is everybody talking about football? Blah, blah, blah. It's coming. You better get in.
And if you hate the Houston traffic now,
oh no.
Boy, you're in for a treat because the World Cup is coming and it's here.
Rodeo traffic is already insane. So,
oh my goodness.
Looking forward to it.
All right, so we have this segment coming up is the hot take of the week. You wrote this down for us, so
yeah, so
take it away.
I'm thinking about all of the level of competition with this Club World Cup, and I would really like to see it happen more often. Not necessarily in this format, but we should be seeing a lot of Liga MX teams and MLS teams compete in an Americas tournament, whether it's a new tournament or Copa Libertadores. These teams, if they compete in this tournament and you treat it the exact same way that you've been treating it, we should be seeing the overall level of competition in MLS just based on their inclusion in this tournament. We should be seeing that go up exponentially. Certainly, if you include MLS, you need to include Liga MX. I think they'll benefit more. I think we discussed earlier that Liga MX is probably ready for something like this, where you could have a majority of the teams join the fold and probably perform to a satisfactory level. MLS is probably 4 or 5 years away from being able to compete in a tournament like this, at least at the rate that it's been growing. Say World Cup comes along and these teams step up, the league steps up, and we see the salary cap increase, or we get rid of the designated player rule and we see larger salaries be involved. So it'll be interesting, and that's really what I think. Bring these teams in to an America's competition, including North and South America, and I think we'll see the overall level of the soccer and the football in the region increase as a result. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, and I somewhat agree with you. Because, right now, Liga MX and MLS, they have a tournament already. Yeah. Which is Leagues Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not a huge fan of Leagues Cup.
Yeah, there's not that much excitement and anticipation for it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a tournament that was a cash grab.
The only real excitement was the fact that Messi's Inter Miami was in it.
Yeah.
And even then, I think their inclusion was sort of we have to have them in there because they have Messi.
Yeah.
So if the next iteration of the Leagues Cup, I don't think we'll see as much excitement. I just don't.
Yeah, but going into Copa Libertadores, Liga MX is ready, but I give it maybe 2 years. Give it 2 years for them to go through, but don't bring in the whole league in it entirety. Do a somewhat of
qualifying,
yes,
maybe top 6,
top 6, top 5 of the bracket they go through. Then you go to the tournament, or maybe it's not even. It's the way how the new format for Champions League is now.
Okay, you can do a round robin sort of thing.
Yeah, they have the whole table, and then the top certain teams, let's say top 3, top 4.
Everybody plays each other twice or something like that.
Something along those lines that it's not.
That'd be a lot of extra matches though.
Yeah, well, something along those lines so that we're Liga MX and MLS, they send their best, and it's not a full on embarrassment.
Okay.
That's the way how I see it. Something along those lines that we know, we're guaranteed that we're sending our best, and we're not gonna get curb stomped into another dimension or something.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's what I want. But to answer the question of MLS and Liga MX should join Copa Libertadores, yes, but not yet.
Yes, but not yet. Let us know what you think in the comments. Are you a big MLS guy? Are you a big MLS fan? Do you hate the MLS? Do you think it's a farmers league and that only the silly Americans care about MLS? The retirement league. Let us know in the comments. Who do you see going through these quarterfinals and through our Gold Cup semifinals? Who do you have winning it all? Tell us all down in the comments. We've been Between the Postman. I'm Eric. It's Enrique. Come follow us again on Apollo HOU. We've got other stuff going down there. Formula One, football, baseball.
We have everything, man.
We've got everything. Basketball is popping off right now. Shout out to the Rockets. And anything else you want to add, man?
Yeah, man. Make sure to comment down, like, subscribe, do everything. Tell your mama, your granddaddy, your bald-headed granny that where we're at, man. Because like we said, World Cup's coming. World Cup's coming, and we're going to be there too, man. Check the links down in the description. You can follow us on all of our social media pages. And our store's going to be there too. Maybe you give us a follow, man. And we'll stay up to date. We'll end up doing something for this Sunday, man. Like you said, this is Between the Posts. Take care, man. Peace and love.
Peace out.